seals, then the seventh trumpet, then the event, the special event that occurred between the sixth and the seventh trumpet that was very necessary to understand it. Because right there, we have the formation of the people that will overcome the beast, the image, the mark, and number. So right now, we are between the sixth and seventh trumpet. So it's very important that everybody understand that we are in a very prophetic time. And God has made a provision to produce that prophetic people. So you are not just a church goer, but you are living according to divine revelation. So we are so far until Revelation 11. So we're going to start with Revelation 12. That introduces us to what I can call the great controversy. Okay, called great controversy. So we're going to read Revelation 12, verse 1, to have the big picture, how things start, heaven from heaven. Revelation 12, from verse 1. Reads as follows. It says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Verse 2. And she being with child crying, traveling in birth, and pained to be delivered. So she's going through labor. Verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads, 10 horns. Seven head, 10 horn, and 7 crown. Upon his head, and he still drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Verse 5. And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule over nation with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto heaven, or unto God, sorry, and to his throne. Verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Verse 8. And it prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Verse 9. And a great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come the salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God, the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their life unto death. We continue. Verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the women which brought forth the male child. And to the women were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might flee into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half of times from the face of the serpent. Verse 15, and the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallows up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. Verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandment of God and and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. So we're going to stop here for now. We are having a description. So this is going to go from Revelation 12, 13, 14, little about 15, 16, and 17, and 18. You're going to have the description of how the great controversy started in heaven, carried on earth, and to the end, and see exactly how things are going to be finished. It's very crucial for everybody to understand on earth, because these concern every individual, believer or not, because of the event that will surely come to take place. And as long as you live on earth, you are very concerned. So what happened? Revelation 12 says there was a wonder, a great wonder in heaven. And the woman appeared, fair woman. She is dressed in a very, very good way, have the 12 stars, everything. Then appear also the dragon. The dragon is looking very dreadful, very scary. Then the dragon went after the woman, and she fled to a wilderness. Then the story comes right back again to heaven. from verse 7. It said, and there was a war in heaven. So we're going to start from that beginning. The war in heaven. There was a war in heaven. Michael, that's Jesus. Okay? Michael and his angel fought with Satan, the dragon, and his angel. And then Michael and his angel prevailed. And Satan and a third of the stars of heaven. The stars of heaven represent the angels. A third of them was cast down. So if you look at Revelation chapter 1, verse 20, for example, let me try to see this quickly. Revelation chapter 1, verse 20, read, the mystery of the seven stars which thou sawest in my right hand, and the seven golden candlestick. The seven stars are the angels of the seven churches, and the seven candlesticks which thou saw are the seven churches. Now, we are not going to go in that same interpretation, but here we want you to see that from the Bible record, 1/3 of the angel left heaven with Satan. Yeah, I'm not sharing the screen yet. Sorry. I want to make sure that I elaborate the foundation first. So, the war in heaven is something we need to understand and take enough time to get it right. If we misunderstand or mistake the nature of the war, then everything we're going to be teaching from here is going to be wrong. So we are going to be very careful that we give a clear understanding about the war and the nature of the war, and you're going to be very patient with me. All right. What is the nature of the war? Now, Satan is not a physical being, at least at our level. They have angelical body, and to us can be called spiritual being. And you have war between Satan with 1/3 of the angels against Christ, obviously with the 2/3. Usually, there is a lot of painting, a lot of images, almost suggesting that there was some weapon involved in this war. You see some pictures where the angel, some of them have kind of fists, some of them have some sword. It's extremely dangerous interpretation. The war in heaven is the war of principle. Please, may we take this very carefully. The very moment we miss this part of it, every teaching after this will be wrong. The war in heaven was not physical war. It was spiritual, and to be accurate, it was the war of principle. So the war in heaven was a war of selfishness against selflessness. And this is the war that will come to earth and be played before all mankind. The same war. So when we misunderstand it, we're going to get into the war in the wrong way. So it's a very, very, very important. I'm going to read from Great Controversy, the interpretation of this prophecy on the nature of that war. This is an authority that we believe in. Reading from Great Controversy, chapter 29, The Origin of Evil. That's the title. When I read the last, let me see. Let me read the whole thing because it's necessary. Let me read the paragraph, please. It says, it is impossible to explain the origin of sin so as to give a reason for its existence. Yet, enough may be understood concerning both the origin and the final disposition of sin to make fully manifest the justice and benevolence of God in all his dealing with evil. Manifest the justice and the benevolence of God in all his dealing with evil. So we need both, not just justice and benevolence, divine selfless character. Continue. Nothing is more plainly taught in Scripture than that God was in no wise responsible for the interest of sin, that there was no arbitrary withdrawal of divine grace, no deficiency in a divine government that gave occasion for the uprising of rebellion. Sin is an intruder, for whose presence no reason can be given. It is mysterious and uncountable. To excuse it is to defend it. Could excuse for it be found, or cause be shown for its existence, it will cease to be sin. Our only definition of sin is that given in the Word of God. It is the transgression of the law. Now let's follow. It is the outworking of a principle at war against the great law of love, which is the foundation of the divine government. It is the law working against the law of God. The war in heaven, which is a result of sin, and which is sin as well. It is principles against divine government. Now, when we continue, that's what I read from Great Controversy, page 492, from chapter The Origin of Evil. So 492, paragraph 2. Okay, 492, paragraph 2. When we go to 494, paragraph 1, it clearly let us know that, so little by little, Lucifer came to indulge a desire of self-exaltation, so selfishness. And that's how Lucifer was changed into Satan. So the war of principle is very important to get correctly. Otherwise, We will follow the deception of the enemy. A lot of people are defending God today. For example, Muslim. They believe that if they can kill people for Allah, Allah will be so pleased and grant them the reward of heaven. Because in their thinking, they are really defending God. And I like to say one thing, and I wish you follow me carefully. If Allah is that powerful, why he can't defend himself then? Just a very curious question. In other words, if that Allah is that powerful, please, you don't need to defend him. Let him defend himself. Stop killing people unnecessarily for Allah. It's because the mentality of the world is translated into something almost human and physical, and is carrying on killing millions every year. Around the earth, we always have this thing between Muslim and Christian. That should not be taking place if the understanding was correct. Now let's go a little deeper. The war of principle in your life, in your mind. There's daily a great controversy going on every day. At home, there are principles that are in you that you're living by, that are going against divine principle of selfless love. The great controversy is right there in your mind, right there in your head going on. Anytime you face God's will and you choose to do your will, and you start feeling uncomfortable because you know carefully very well what is right. And for situation and for compromise to get whatever you want, you go against that. And you feel your conscience is telling you this is wrong. But you persist anywhere. That is great controversy right there. When we get it correctly, then quickly we will understand how far reaching are this war and how the enemy is conquering the territory, conquering men right there where they are through principles. When this is clear for us, we will be very, very, very careful. That even being Adventist, you realize the enemy is conquering us right here within ourselves, where we will despise God's ways, God's vision, God's direction, and do whatever we want. Unfortunately, we feel safe about. Just because we don't fully understand the Greek controversy. If God gave us educational system and we repudiate that and take the worldly one, what is happening there? There is a war against divine principles. If God gave us marriage institution, and in our home, both husband and wife knows very well that they are not living according to God principle, and the selfishness is prevailing in the house, and every day everyone fighting for self-supremacy, and you know it. They don't just pay good attention to it, that this is war, the very principle that started in heaven, going on right there in your house, in your marriage. We are so deceived that when we talk about the mark of the beast, everybody just looking at Sunday. Everybody listen up. A lot of people keeping Sunday today are God's children, and a whole lot, not to say the majority of Adventists are not God's children. Oh yeah, that can hit a little bit deep. We are many based on the spirit of prophecy. And the way you look at the church, you can see that many of us, they're just happy to be Adventists. That's it. Like the Jew are so proud to be Jew. Like any salvation by what? By tribe or by nation. No. Sin coming and solution for sin is obedience, period. So we are slowly making choices, decisions, and we are at war against God without even knowing it. God seeing the future and give a health message, for example. God knew Satan going to poison the food, create a whole system. And God said to his children, I'm going to give you the vision about the future. And this is how you're going to escape the snare of the devil. Give a health message. When we despise that, what's the result? People are dying before time, leaving behind orphan. That is a war. You hear me? Usually we see that war is when Ukraine and Russia are bombing each other, shooting at each other. That's what we call war. I have news for you. Look at it carefully. Gun and a bomb or whatever they have are just instruments that carry out principles that are ruling in the people's mind. I'm going to repeat that again. When you see Ukraine and Russia using gun, bombs, all the things, that is not the war. The real war is this massive weapon they are using are only carrying or expressing the selfishness in the mind. So you can destroy a nation without any physical weapon. You know how America is slowly changed to almost I would say fully the beast-like system. There was no physical war. How the two-horned lamb change and speak like dragon. I mean, the two-horned lamb, the innocence of America from the beginning, have been conquered. And a new America born, America that speak like dragon. They're going to persecute people. So there was a serious war. It's a war of principles. Are you following me? If you want to have a war against a nation, if you want to kill people, you can educate them to kill themselves. It's a war. You can use a lie to arouse a tribe against another one. You can use deception to do that. It was done in Rwanda. You can use a lie to divide and make two people, two brother and sister, kill each other. Lie is a weapon of selfishness, deception, compelling conscience. These are serious weapons. Don't take liars lightly. They are the children of the devil. And lying is a strong weapon. There was a situation where husband and wife divorced because somebody has lied. They create a whole lie about what is going on. And this led to divorce. And later on, it was revealed that was completely something that was just made up to divide and break the marriage. We don't look at lie as something. Lie is a very powerful stuff. All the trouble happened in Iran. Somebody just needs to lie that, Iran have atomic bomb. That's it. Just say a lie, and that is enough to start a war. Lie is a very strong weapon. How Satan conquer a third of the angel to walk with him? He used deception and lies. Are you following me? He used error, false doctrine. Many of us we don't see any danger of this stuff. They are serious than you think. If you want a nation or a church to start opening to demonic activity, teach them on the immortality of the soul. Create a worship for the dead. Then their mind will be open to demonic activities right away. That is a war. Because through the teaching that, if your loved one is died, it might be in purgatory. Let us do some mass, some prayer, and can move from the purgatory to heaven. And people believe it. The very moment they believe in it, it's opened their mind to demonic deception. Now, demon can take the body or the appearance of the person, present themselves in a dream, and they're going to believe it. And the very moment they believe in it, it will go from generation to generation. The lie open the doors to demonic activity, and that can take a whole nation. And the very moment demonic activity gets there and people believe in it, that's it. We're running into the worship of demon without even knowing it. That is a serious war right there. But we don't see deception as a something great. Now, when we are deceiving ourselves, when we profess one thing, we're doing something else. What are you doing? You are double-minded. You are becoming extremely dangerous to your own self and to others if you are not honest, upfront, clear. We have many we love covering up stuff. It's demonic work. Don't do it. I wish I have enough time just for this topic. God, people, the nature of the war in the great controversy is very serious than we think. It is so dangerous. Look at the case of Paul, because Paul was deceived to the point where he believed he was working for God while he was working against God. Think about it. Then he was conquered in his mind to the point where Satan said, look, I have you. You're going to work for me, but I'm going to give you the impression that you're working for God. And you work against God while you're working for me. Think about how profound is that. Imagine you have a war between two armies. One of the armies said, you know what, we're not going to kill these people. We're going to make them fight themselves and kill themselves. We're going to create some way of belief system that they will carry on what we want and kill each other. Are you following? That is a deep level of war where you don't use a weapon, but you don't use a physical weapon and you win the war. Where you turn brother and sister against each other and they're killing themselves. At the end, they kill all of them, they'll get dead. Like they're dead. And you're like, we got a victory without fighting them physically. It's exactly what is going on. And when we get this right, then we're going to start paying attention. What is the role of an ungodly principle in my life? is the war of the devil against your soul. We, as Adventists, I want you to listen up very carefully. We are very deceived. Oh, yeah, and that is shocking. I'm going to repeat it again until you get to sink in right. We are seriously deceived because we are looking at the surface of a lot of stuff. We are repeating things that we don't even understand. We are professing things that we don't understand and that we don't even experience. For example, many people profess the invested judgment and atonement, something we do not understand, that we do not experience. A majority of Adventists do not experience the invested judgment and atonement. I say majority. How do we get there? Somebody has lied to us. That you profess something, but you don't experience it. You are a fake person. You are deceived to destroy yourself. This is self-destruction right there. Are you following me? To fight Christ and kill him, Satan could have used successfully Roman Empire. They didn't use that. Satan knew exactly prophetically when Christ should be born. How he gonna operate? He have a good idea of his work. You know what Satan did? He went ahead of time and introduced principles that will make the nation unprepared to welcome Jesus. Are you following me? Think about it. The rabbi with their long beard in the Bible every day, they don't see no Jesus in it. The whole Bible they were reading, or the whole Old Testament, was pointing to one man, Jesus. The prophecies, the event, everything. And when it happened, they only see the enemy they should kill. That is a war of the people that should welcome the Messiah was so taught to the point where they are ready to destroy the Messiah, and they did. Satan apparently won the battle by deceiving them to have another idea and perception of how the Messiah should look like. Are you following? To the point where they say it's better that he died than the people be, confused. We need to kill this man. What he did wrong, nothing, but we're going to kill him anyway. Well, why they believe that they are the children of Abraham? When you read John chapter 8, verse 44, Jesus said, you are the children of the devil. And the work of the desire of, let me read it. John chapter 8, verse 44, read. It says this, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak a lie, he speak of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You see that? One of his best weapon is what? Lying. Now, if you profess to be Adventist, to believe in invested judgment and atonement, but you don't experience that in your life, can I call you a liar? Oh, hear me right. You are a liar. Strong liar. If you profess something with your mouth, in your lie, you deny it. You're lying. So the Jews say we are the children of Abraham, the children of the promise. We are the descendant of Abraham. And Jesus says, let me tell you the truth. Ye are of your father the devil, and the laws of your father you will do. And he was a murderer from the beginning. So these God's children, the descendant of Abraham, were so changed and conquered in a mind that they become the children of the devil to work against God without knowing it. That means Satan has won the victory. So Satan don't need to come persecute Jesus, kill him by himself. No, he just turned Jesus' people against Jesus, and he just walk away. That's a serious war. Anybody get it? Same thing he did in the Garden of Eden. The very thing God says not to do, Satan convinces them to do it, promising that it will be better for you. In our home, we are living a lie. We are not open clearly to each other. Husband and wife deceiving each other, covering things up, doing things that you create a spirit of a lack of trust because of things being done in such a way that you can't trust each other anymore. It's the war, Satan conquering you in your mind and destroying you. Are you hearing me? We have a war in our mind. The great controversy is right here. What did God say about you? God said, you are wonderfully made. You are my child. I love you for everlasting love. I died on the cross for you. I gave everything for you. Heaven, I am willing to share my throne with you. And then somebody make us believe we are miserable. God don't love us. We are praying so much, He's not hearing our prayers. For that reason, He does not hear our prayers. Who put that in your head? Are you following me? That God said He loved you and He proved His love. Christ proved the love and first in His incarnation. Become one of us. He let go His glory, everything. It's not enough. He died on the cross to say, this how much I love you. And a human being wake up every day, believe that God don't love you. What else God can do? If someone give you his very life, what else He can offer you? Nothing. We are liars. That's why we are so miserable. Are you following me? We have been conquered in our mind to believe that God don't love us enough. And Satan created a system of suffering, system of poverty, system of every disease, all of this that can make life miserable and point to human being. This is how much God loves you. Look at your life. A deception that make us look at our Father like he did not do enough. We are working with a lie in our head. We are conquered, God people. I want you to wake up this morning. Because we look at great country as okay, Sunday law and then Sabbath and then persecution, and then these are just the expression of the principle of selfishness against selflessness. Sabbath keeping God way is what? Not my will, but God's will. That's it. It's about selflessness. Sunday is what? Our own will. We establish how and when we want to worship God. It's called selfishness. That's all it is. It's not about day. Oh, Lord, help us. It's just an expression of selfishness through the action. We got to take a time to understand this great controversy correctly. We believe in a lot of error. A lot of it don't make sense. We hold on it anyway. You want to divide people, create something for them to disagree on. That's all you need to do. You want to destroy families? You don't need to go kill them directly. Teach the men to become irresponsible and tell the woman become independent. You don't need a man anymore. That's it. That's all you need to give to a nation. All home will be broken. It is war. It's a great controversy. Are you following me? If you teach people wrong principle about health, you provide food that's not healthy, you make them eat and behave in a way that it will cut short their lifespan. What are you doing? That's a war. Where you say, go kill yourself. You prepare people to kill themselves slowly. I call it suicide in slow motion. Because if you have a lifestyle that's killing you slowly, the Bible says, sin when it's finished brings death. James chapter 1, verse 13 to 15. Sin When it's finished, it brings death. Sin, when it's finished, bring death. That means anything, any behavior, any attitude, any character, whatever you are doing that when it's finished, bring death, must be necessarily sinful. So if you should, let's say you should, by obedience, live to 100-year old, okay, by obedience. Then by disobedience, you die by the year 75. I mean, you cut short your life of 25 years. You rob God of that precious time of service. You rob your family of your presence. You rob the church of your service as well, of your talent, whatever it is. How that is done? The devil will make you kill yourself slowly by eating a certain way, following some kind of lifestyle that will cut short your lifespan. That is a war. Kill yourself, but do it slowly. Are you following? Satan is against marriages. For what he did, he introduced principles that will never allow any marriage to work. Selfishness. Men become selfish, very arrogant, full of pride, responsible. You want to be a man, you want to be a priest, you never take your priesthood seriously. Then at the same time say, woman, look at the men, how they become. Look at them, they can't do anything. So be independent. That is a war right there. Now, a lot of young women and young men can't get married. Why? They're afraid of each other. What? There's somebody have prepared up to the point where when a young man look at a young sister, it's like, she can be dangerous. Let me run. Okay. Now, young women see how young men are becoming so immature, so irresponsible. This is reality right here. She don't feel safe to make a person like that husband. How did this get there? The devil had prepared the way that when you look at each other, you want to run away from each other. While God has put us to be one family, to live by selfless principles, godly men and godly women. Now we get to the point where we are scared of each other. It is a war. Are you following me? If we don't get that war thing clear, you read a great controversy, you read Revelation, you only see Catholic Church beast system, image of the beast, opposites Protestantism in America. All right, ourselves, we are okay. We are God's children, we are the remnant. All right, you are the remnant. Then what's the message you're carrying to the world? You're a remnant. Are you doing God's will? Are you carrying the vision God has given you? Are you playing the role you should play in this world? If not, you are a lie. You are the weapon of the devil. And unfortunately, many of us advances the role we are playing. Please, God, people don't get me wrong. I'm not here to judge. I'm describing a serious situation. Very serious one. The Jews who represent Jesus, what they did, they killed him. If you should represent somebody and you end up working against the person, you have been conquered a long time ago. Who give a health message? God. Now we're fighting against what God has given us. That is our message. If you are prepared to get to the point you fight against the message of life that God has given you, then you are at war against God and against yourself. That's why we have our whole church sick right now. And we keep praying for the sick. God said, I won't hear your prayer. We're praying anyway. Our home, Satan destroying them, introducing wrong principles. In our Adventist doctrine, the men should be the priests under Christ's priesthood. The men should be trained and will have enough seminar in the church to train the men to be godly priests in the home. Daniel Revelation should be studied at home by the husband who was also taught from church. Investigate judgment and atonement should be taught at home and experienced at home. Do we prepare our men like that? No. But we still pray saying, oh, we are the remnant. We believe in investigate judgment and atonement. Now, do you understand it? No. Our children understand them? No. When they go to college, they come home, they don't go to church anymore. We get surprised. We never prepare them to be Adventists. It's a war. Are you following? Are you hearing me? So when it comes to our health, we are conquered. Our families conquered. Education our children, like, and we're talking about the devil. And the devil, like, I conquer you about your health and make you kill yourself slowly by disobedience to the laws of health. Your children, I got them because you never prepared them to be true Christian. Your finance, you are broken, poor, and miserable anyway. In your marriage, I introduced wrong principle. You're living like the world. It's what we're doing, and we call ourselves Adventists. I know you are uncomfortable, but this you need to be uncomfortable because I am right now. Because I'm talking to myself as well. I can see in my life that I'm not living up to fully to what I preach. And I say, Lord, deliver me from myself. Are you hearing me, God, people? We gotta come out of this spirit of the self-deception. It is a lie. And the devil used a lie as a weapon to destroy. It's a mass destructive weapon. Lies. You just need to lie. That's all it takes to destroy people. Just need to create a principle, deception. It's a weapon. Ignorance. Oh, that's one of it. Ignorance is such a powerful thing. What ignorance what? It's a lack of knowledge of truth. When you remove truth, you make ignorant people. You deceive them. My people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. And modern says, because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. So we sit in the church, we're rejecting knowledge, we're not studying the truth. Our book are not properly studied. Somebody created little Sabbath school, maintain everybody on milk. I call Sabbath school a milk. If you disagree, I'm fine. So studying the Bible and purpose, you're going to realize that Sabbath school is a pure milk. You feeding adult on milk, they're going to be dead. We have so much to learn. We don't have time for it. So the great controversy, I want you to wake up this morning, is happening right there in your head, in your marriage, in your finance, in your health, in your spiritual life. A lot of doctrine that make us believe that we are sinners. And the Bible calls you the child of God. The Bible calls you righteous. It can happen that you fall 7 times, but you get a 7th time, you are a child of God. The Bible made a provision for us to live like Jesus Christ. Somebody come around and tell, no, we are sinners, nobody can live like Jesus. So what is created? It creates a very casual Christian going nowhere. Lie is extremely dangerous weapon. Ignorance is powerful weapon. Deception. These are serious stuff. False doctrines. This is the weapon the devil used. So God, people, I really want you to wake up this morning. I mean, wake up for good. When we talk about great contribution, I want you to understand it fully. You know how Satan is controlling this world? Listen to Pastor Walter White. When he explained how the Jesuit created UN, they give you the proof, the name, everything, the process to the creation of UN. He told they was create UN to put the whole world under papal control by re-educating the world. So bank system, central bank, depend on the UN. Health, World Health Organization. So all about health system, everything depend on UN. Of all countries except Palestine. Finance, they control the world. Education, UNICEF, control the world. Religion, put all Christian there, create laws and ways for them to create kind of Christian they want. All theological school are controlled. So Satan, through the papacy, conquered the world through UN to re-educate the world and prepare the whole world to wander after the beast. Get it? It's a war. War of principles. And God foresaw this to say, my people, I want to give you a different educational system. We reject it. God saw how hell going to be a problem. Say they're going to poison the food, the GMO, and everything. You give a health system, we reject it. God saw the deception in education. He gave us what we need, we reject it. God saw the deception about health. He gave us a healthy system of living, we reject it. Everything for family, rejected. And now we sit and still talking about, oh, we are the remnant. We are the remnant, we are God people. The same thing the Jew did. God given the Bible, everything, the century. And what they did, they went and prayed their own righteousness. And when Christ show up, they don't see the Messiah. They see the enemy they should kill. This is the real war, where you turn the people of Christ against Christ and just walk away, and Christ get crucified. You get the point? For Satan to kill Jesus, what he did, he prepared the Jew nation, Christ's people, against Christ to do the work. He just walked away. To destroy your home, what Satan did, introduce principle. Men being ungodly, women ungodly, fighting each other until divorce. Satan don't need to come there. He'll give you principle that will destroy each other. You following me? Your health, it don't need to get you sick. Just encourage you, live anyway, disobey the laws of health. You're killing yourself slowly. That is serious war. So one ought to see the great contribution we're going to be looking to through this principle. And I promise you, you're going to see the work of the devil in your life so much that you will run to God. And that is the whole point I'm trying to make. Are you with me so far? That's the whole point I'm trying to make. That we understand the great contribution that we can see in our life. We can see the work of the devil in our marriage, in our home, in our health, in the education of our children. So we say, Lord, please help us. I want to come back to you. Lord, I want to learn your ways. That is the point I'm trying to make. That we realize that we are in a very, very dangerous ground. The enemy is conquering from right here. I want you to hear me so much that husband and wife will say, Lord, we want to go your way. And grab Adventist home. Say, husband will say, look, we know what we're going to go God's way. We're going to stop arguing, fighting each other, and ask God to change our heart, that we can be able to forgive each other, to be very long-suffering, patient, loving. If we do anything wrong against each other, we pray for each other, intercede for each other. We're going to stop today because the enemy aroused every one of us against each other. We got to stop because it's the work of the devil. I want you to declare war today against the selfishness in your heart. That's what I'm talking about. Run to God. He will surely deliver you. Yeah. Some of us, we are conquered by ignorance. Sitting in the church for the last 10 years, 20 years, you're not learning anything. You have been conquered by ignorance. I want you to declare, say, Lord, deliver me from ignorance this morning. And start reading, start studying. Say, Lord, help me, open my understanding. We want to understand the life of Jesus. Get the book, Christ, the book, These Are Ages. You want to study the life of Jesus in detail with the gospel. We start seeing his selfless life. And start removing that darkness of ignorance from your mind. Are you hearing me so far? So get your marriage correctly, get your spiritual life right, get your health right. Say, Lord, I'm tired of killing myself slowly. The devil prepare us to kill ourselves slowly. I will no longer subscribe to this. I want to learn the laws of health. I'm going to obey God, and God will give me good health. I want to declare war right now against the bad habit in your life, bad principle, ungodly ways, compromise, ignorance. Declare war against these things in your life because these are the weapons of the devil to destroy you, for self-destruction. Hello. I know this morning message is not that sweet, huh? But pay good attention, you will see it will change your life 100%. And you pay good attention to the nature of the great controversy. Oh my goodness, you will not make a step without prayer. You will check your life again and again. So remember I said previously, if you believe in invested judgment or atonement, and you are not experiencing that in your life, you are a liar. And who conquer you? The devil has conquered you, that you are advanced by name, but by faith, by action, you are not. You are conquered. So Be free today and go learn and write and start experiencing that loving relationship with Christ. When you are in that covenant relationship with Christ, or you allow Him to investigate your heart and cleanse you from every spot, every rancor, every blemishes daily. Guess what? You start experiencing true Adventism. You're going to heal you emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Get it? If not, you have been conquered by the devil. Being comfortable, ignorant in the church, just go partake church service, and you are not growing. I know this morning I'm not a good preacher, but it's all right. You don't need to be good all the time. God, people, I'm talking about so serious thing, like very serious stuff. Look at our church, we are sick. Look at the church, our home are broken. Look at the church, we are ignorant. Look at our situation. We are losing our children. We can't do anything. We never made them advance. We never taught them deep doctrines. You keep them in AY until they're gone. And what do we do? Just keep doing evangelism. Hmm? Anybody go and Google the statistic of Adventist growth from 1965 to now, to 2025. You have 43 million people, 43 become Adventists. Almost 19 million went back. That is the work of the devil. He conquered back 19 million. And nobody sit down to start thinking about this. Something's wrong here. Are you hearing me? Why? We get people baptized so sometimes too quick. When we baptize them, we have no program for them to strengthen them to get them rooted. Then they go online, find a sister why did plagiarism, or she's a false prophet, ask her why, and they leave the church. And we don't see the devil is conquering the church yet. Now, our new pastors, they teach them to deny the invested judgment and atonement. You following? So when he don't believe in it, then he's not going to teach it. So when was the last time you have any seminar on the foundation of this church in your local church? When was the last time the pastor gave a seminar on the invested judgment and atonement? The whole seminar to make sure to give a strong foundation to the church. When was the last time? So you see what I'm talking about? If we baptize 43 million people, 19 people gave up and left the work of the devil, we think we're doing great? No, we're not. Because what do we do? Close your eye and keep continuing. Just baptize more people. We baptize, they come by the front door, the devil take them by the back door. And nobody's thinking yet. Talking about we are evangelizing the world. Really? That way? That makes no sense to me, but at least to me. We need to wake up as a church, as an individual, as a family, that the devil is literally conquering us. It's a great controversy. We are so deceived. Even President Truth today, they're so deceived. Everything about Sunday law, Mark of the Beast, papacy, Pope. And the true message of restoration by faith not taught. 1888. Very little you're going to hear President Truth preaching 1888. Sister White is very clear. It's the only hope for the church. Are you hearing me? Go and check it out. So why the President Truth preaching so hard and the main thing is not there? Where are we going? The church is missing it. President Truth missing it. Where are we going? I mean, we feel safe. We are Adventists. We are remnant. The devil is conquering us. Everybody wake up. I need to wake up even myself. I've got to wake up, become deceive myself. So we got to live up to what we believe. Otherwise, it's a lie. And the lie is a weapon of the devil in your life to destroy you. So I think you hear me enough for this morning. And people, we need to go for Sabbath school. I'm going to stop right here. I know you want the PowerPoint so badly. I will share it next time. It's okay. But I want to make sure that this foundation is clear for everybody. That we understand really good the nature of the great controversy. It is so crucial. It's so crucial It is so, so crucial. God, people, I want to believe that we get it right. And I'll come back to this next week, God willing. I'm going to stop here for this morning. But the nature of the great controversy should be so clear in our mind that we start realizing the work of the devil in our home, in our marriage, in the education of our children. Don't just keep them in AY. Let them do the AY, they need a social life. But beside that, set your mind to educate your children as Christ was educated, as the three Hebrew boy. He determines, the Lord, I'm in the church for 20, 30 years, I'm saying nothing change. I don't want this for my children. Find a way. Start praying, you're going to see God guide you. He will guide you for sure. There's so much available today on YouTube, everywhere. Just start. As a husband, I'm calling you to say, Lord, me and my home will be free from ignorance. Health. Say, Lord, by your grace, me and my family will not be eating things unto death. We're not going to kill ourselves by disobedience. Okay? I want you to declare war today. Say, Lord, me and my wife, by your grace, we're going to live a godly marriage life. I want you to know there's a war about you against you. You got to wake up and thank God. We're going to overcome by the blood of Jesus, with the life of Jesus, the daily surrendering to God, daily obedience. God bless yourself. May we get into the war, understanding that it's about principle. May we overcome disobedience with obedience. We overcome ignorance with learning. We overcome all of these things by the right principle of God. Thank you again. God bless you. So let's take a few questions if we have, otherwise we got to pray.
Amen.